Unmasking the Covered Me podcast. UTCM was birthed from me realizing that there is a greater me on the inside of me. The phrase, there's a greater you on the inside of you, means being above normal, understanding your worth, and being confident in knowing who you are. But the first person who has to realize that there's a greater you on the inside of you is you. In life, we all go through stages of the good, the bad, and the ugly, which leads us to our purpose and promise. UTCM is a platform where you get to share your story and your truth of unmasking moments that allows you to embrace all stages in your life. UTCM looks forward to many people being able to unmask, uncover, and unveil themselves on the podcast. Thank you for watching and joining us.
All right, so now, can y'all hear us? Can y'all hear us? Because I think I just fixed it. I think I did. We got sound. We got sound. We got sound. Yes, there's sound. There's sound. Okay, so I just want you to round. All right, so now sound. And let there be sound. We got sound, y'all. Okay, so let's rewind. We live. We live. We live. We live. It's a birthday. It's a birthday. It's a birthday. They cannot sit next to each other no more. Because y'all is the Fonda and Shay off. No, just Shay. Not me. It's my birthday, y'all. It is my birthday, y'all. I am 39 years young. 83. I'm so done. Hey. So welcome to a special episode. This is special and dear to me because this is the second episode with my sister squad. Everybody stand up. Not literally. Because you know they're very good listeners. So if you tell them to do something, they're going to do it. So I'm like, no, not literally. We don't want to about sisterhood. So we just gonna kind of just have like a real like kind of conversation like we always do. I feel like we really need to start doing like some type of vlog or something like when we just sit in it because we be having some real conversations. And I'm like, that's a podcast moment. It's a podcast moment. For real. So this is real though, right? Like this is real, genuine love. This is real, genuine friendship. And like they never hesitate. Like as soon as I say, all right, I want to do another podcast, y'all, they're like, yep, we down. When you want to. So I just want to say I appreciate all of y'all and I love y'all so much.
Oh, we love you too.
I really, really do. So I'm getting my little host on now. I got my little cue card. Here she goes. Yo, it's Shavonda's face though. Y'all know she is so. I'm putting my sister on blast. Y'all know she is so uncomfortable, right? With being on the camera. She's like, don't say my name. Like, don't say anything. Just let me smile. Let me roll. And I did my shadow. And that's it. I don't want to say nothing. So, but the crazy thing is, right? Because Shavonda, your question was actually the first question that I saw in our text group. Right? And I'm like, I want to kind of talk about that, right? So,
let's go back.
Yeah. So I'm going to read the question, right? And then I kind of want Shavonda to start off first, right? Like what it means. Look, the twins.
No, because Shay wants to talk about something. She talking. I told her don't touch me. Don't touch me. Okay, you saw how she was starting with me, right? You saw that.
Y'all.
Yes. Right. No, let me tell y'all something.
Get it off.
Shay starts trouble with me.
She does.
Then she sits over there real professional, right? Like this is the psychology in her. She sits there real professional, like nothing happened.
Like she ain't did nothing.
Nothing. But let me tell y'all, on the
Look at
low,
her face. She is. I'm telling y'all, it's Shay. I'm telling y'all, it is. Watch. I'm gonna start.
Y'all think that is me? Oh no, it's Sheena. It's Sheena. I'm just like, no. I'm here to set the record straight because right now we keeping it all the way real. I'm asking Lois.
What?
Okay. I'm asking Lois, bestie. Shay is really the starter. I wanted to say the other word, but I'm not. Good job.
Good job. Bessie, let me hang it.
Oh my bad, bestie. Hey, it's she who's up to my nerves.
Don't let her rattle you. Okay. Bring it back.
Okay. My sister Kay gave me the pink lipstick. Look.
I'm done with her.
Y'all gotta understand this is her daughter in a grown-up version.
For real. You want to see what's nice? Her future self? Here you go. Alright, so, Shavonda, right? So your question was, what does total transparency look like amongst friends?
My God.
Right?
Yeah.
Get deep into the middle. You gotta answer.
When I wrote that down, wait, for real, when I wrote that down, I said, I bet you Shavonda was like, when I say that? You said it.
Yeah, you want me to pull up the
I should have screenshotted. You actually had two, but I felt like this one was like the one that I really wanted us to kind of talk about, right? Because I feel like sometimes like you'll say I have friends, right? Like Kay and I was talking before y'all came, and I'm like, hey, is that really your friend or is that an associate, right? So what does it really look like to you to really be able to feel like you're able to be transparent around your sister squad?
So I feel like total transparency doesn't necessarily mean like telling everybody your business, right? I think that it's aligned with like a level of comfortability that you know that okay, if I do something wrong, if I'm out of line, and I tell my friend what's going on in my life, that it's like a judgment-free zone, right? And feeling comfortable enough to say, you know what, y'all, like I messed up, I'm doing this or this happened in my life, and not feeling like judge, like okay, well it's gonna get back, it's gonna come out, get outside of even like, everybody know that, like, I would say that, our group, we're close, we're all sisters, but there's each of us have like our own relationship outside of the group, right?
Right.
I might feel comfortable enough to tell Sheena something, total transparency, no matter how bad it is, and feel confident enough that it's not going to get back to not that I don't want to share my life, but the situation is like, okay, well, I could tell Sheena first, and then Sheena may not have the necessary insight that I might need, and she might be able to be like, you know what, Isha was something similar, you should talk to her.
Right.
And then me feeling, having that level of comfortability to say, Isha needs to talk to you, you would do this as well. Like that.
Yeah, that's dope. I like that.
Yeah.
Because, right, like you said, like, we each have our own relationship, you know what I'm saying, with each other. And the thing is, I feel like we are so comfortable with understanding and knowing that each of us have our own relationship. So I don't feel no type of way that, you know what I'm saying, that you're talking to Sheena or you reached out to Jazz, you know what I'm saying, and y'all was talking about whatever you guys were talking about because we're comfortable, you know what I'm saying, we're within our sister squad. And sometimes I may not have, you know what I'm saying, the right words to say to you, right? Like I may not be able to get
Experience. I was gonna say that, so you can't talk about certain things that you haven't done to give that something that is required of you at that time.
Right. So what about you got something to say? Because you set up like
No, I was just listening. No, I definitely agree with, what Shavonda said, because when we talk about what does total transparency look like, that should be like a major part of it, like in a judgment-free zone. Like I should be able to tell each and every one of my sisters what I need to tell them without feeling like, what, they're gonna judge me, or it's gonna they're gonna tell somebody else, and they're gonna be talking about me about it. You know what I mean? Like it should be that type of relationship that we have amongst one another,
And then not feel no kind of way in the interim.
Trust and loyalty is everything.
yeah, that's big.
So if you can't trust a person, what are we doing?
Right.
I think that in all relationships, the level of trust that you have for like your or expect with your significant other should run as deep as your friendship as well.
Right.
It's not more, because I feel like sometimes as girlfriends we kind of closer than
Absolutely.
the relationship.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's prioritized. Yes, we prioritize our relationships with our significant others, but I feel like our relationship is a little deeper when it comes to this.
I'm not gonna tell y'all what Kay just said. She goes, I ain't got one. No, but that's true. That's true. Because all right, total transparency, right? When I felt like when I was going through what I was going through, like, and not even anything like major or big, like I would like confide in Shavonda.
So I'm gonna stop you right there, right, Bestie? So if you don't mind, because this is called Unmasking the Cover Me,
Yes.
right? So if you don't mind, and you don't have to go into depth, right? And it could be whatever you could think of right now, like, but there was a moment that, like, could you maybe share maybe an unmasking moment that you had that you don't mind sharing?
No, it's cool. So, like, let me tell you something. Marriage definitely is work. And when you are bringing two personalities together, and sometimes that's up so
Nice.
Nice.
Sometimes you feel like, what, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe we not supposed to be together. Or, maybe, how does it feel to like go our separate ways? And I thought about that a lot. Like, I'm not gonna say our problems were like really, really bad problems that we couldn't work through, but that was something that I had to work through for me. I really had to weigh out the pros and cons of it. And there was times where I went to Shavonda, Shay, Kay, my bestie, and my bestie, because I'm calling Shavonda. I better get it right.
Weird too.
I better get it right.
It did sound weird too.
You showing off the TV.
thing I can say about each and every one of these ladies is they never said, you know what, then leave. You know, my bestie like, no, Bessie, I don't. This Siobhan the bestie. No, Bessie, I don't think that you should do that. Like, you just have to, you know, talk about it. And I think at that moment in time, we weren't communicating like we should have been communicating. So not once did they say, you know what, leave, or do this, do that. You know, even my twin, like, it wasn't like she was like, well, you know what, you can leave. You know, my bestie Isha. I gotta clarify this. Isha. They always gave me, you know, a positive sound. I like that. Yes. Now, even Kay, and the crazy part is this is my sister-in-law, so I would call her. Right. Kay would be like, nah, Sheena, forget that. I'm gonna call him. Call him. Like, so, but then as you know, we've gotten, our communication has gotten better. We are able to talk about things and, you know, hash out things, and I don't have to worry about me saying, you know what, I don't leave him. I really do. I want to stay with him. I love him so much. Yes, I love him. He loves me, and it's nothing that I don't feel like we can't talk about and hash things out. So, but that's something I had to learn because, again, marriage is work. It's different when, like, when you're a boyfriend, girlfriend.
Right.
Like, you don't really care, but it's like when you say that I do.
Yeah.
Oh, do you really?
Word.
Do you really? So, and again, no judgment zone.
Yeah.
And being able to kind of like set your own personal
Yeah,
experience to the
I was gonna
side,
say that part.
because being able to encourage you to hang in there, even though I made the choice to leave.
Right.
Like, okay, well, I don't want you to be. I don't want to speak from a place of bitterness or unhappiness.
Or hurtful, you know what I'm saying? Because again, like hurt people, right?
Exactly.
So your thing is like just because, you know what I'm saying, mindset and work, that doesn't necessarily mean that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm gonna project off of, you know, how I'm feeling, you know, but that's also, I feel like that takes a certain maturity.
Yeah.
Level
It does.
too as well, you know what I'm saying? And it also takes a level of healing.
Can I touch on that healing?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, she ready, y'all.
Yes,
Okay.
it is. Because I don't, for me, like, again, that's something I had to work on. When I was younger, I was always told, you know, that I wasn't smart, or, you know, I wasn't good enough. So I feel like that carried over to my adulthood and to whomever I was with. So when I got, you know, with my husband, it was certain things that I don't think that I said right, or maybe I didn't use it in the proper context.
Yeah.
And he would correct me. And me taking it out of like, are you trying to say I'm stupid?
Right.
Or are you trying to say I don't know, you know, what I'm talking about? I know what I'm talking about, but then he would be like, no, I really want to know, what are you talking about? But I took it as, no, you trying to call me dumb.
Yeah.
Are you trying to say I'm stupid?
Right.
Not thinking, and him, because he's the educator. So not thinking him, he automatically goes into that education mind, like, no, like, I want to hear what you said.
Right.
And, you know, I got really upset. I was here, my bestie goes, y'all. I got really upset. And we came in your house. You wasn't here.
Oh yeah. Oh,
We
that
came,
one.
we came in your house, and it was like, well, I'm not talking to you. Well, I'm not talking to you. You know what? I know what gets under his skin. I do. So I took my ring off.
She unmasking y'all.
Do it. So he looked at me like, what I told you if you take that ring off. What? Right. Ready. Like what? And he was just like, oh, okay. So I'm leaving. So he was like, Sharif. So I automatically went into that. Oh, so you just gonna take Sharif? I said, you don't take Sanaya too. You had to take Davion too. You ain't taking one. If you gonna take one, take all of it. Right. And it was. We kind of got into like, he's not a hitter, but I am.
She's getting delivered.
Yes, I am. And so when I feel like when he went to take, you know,
It's over.
who, right? You know, I kind of like, you're not taking her nowhere, even though I said we'll take your daughter. Nobody leaving. I just told you you leaving, but you not.
My God, we are your women.
Yeah,
we're
the like that's what I just say.
When I say go away, I mean come close.
Right.
When I say don't touch me, I mean just touch my leg.
Right.
Hey,
Right.
yeah, we're a little off.
Right. So you know it happened, and it kind of got to no one hate each other, but I did push him, so he, you know, his defense is really aggressive. I'm like, you better get off the game. You wanna hit me? What is going on with me, guys? What is going on? Exactly. That was so you know he got really upset. He was like really upset because he always said if he felt like he had to hit me, our relationship, our marriage would be over. But you know, it didn't get to that extent. But then, you know, our oldest son was just very upset. He started calling everybody. He called my dad. Y'all know y'all can't call my dad.
No.
Y'all cannot call my father. But you know, my dad. We was in the car. My dad called, and that's one thing I'm gonna say about him too. He never was like, well, X, Y, and Z. What came out of his mouth was, "Are y'all good? Are y'all good?" Like that reassurance. Like I got both of y'all.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because he knows the type of man that, you know, my husband is, and then he also knows his daughters. Like he said, I wasn't worried about Sai hitting you. I was worried about you hitting Sai.
Right.
So I was like, you know, that happened, and when we actually started talking, and then he started explaining to me, like, this is what I really mean, I had to kind of sit back, and that's something I had to work on me with transparency. You know what I mean? So I don't start trouble with him no more, Shay.
I didn't say that. I didn't say you started trouble with
No,
him.
I never started trouble with him.
I didn't say that at all. I said this is now the Sheena show.
Everybody. That's, you know, that's
I see what you're talking about. So, Shay, since it was Sheena show,
I'm sorry.
Yo, Shay is in trouble. Y'all see that?
Y'all
You get one of these looks like.
y'all see that? Shay just started trouble.
I was asking.
She did. She just started
and
trouble.
this is what I do every time she say it.
No, you don't, Bessie. No, she.
No, today I've been getting better ever since we had been my podcast.
That's hilarious.
So, Shay, the therapist, Dr. Shay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, Shay. So talk to us a little bit about what's your thoughts on the. You need me to repeat the question? Or you got it? Like just transparency, yeah.
Vulnerability. I am the type of person. I'm opposite from my sister, my twin. You know, even though we were in the same room, I'm totally opposite. Meaning, no. Meaning, and she knows this. Like my twin is very much outgoing, and she don't mind telling you guys stuff. Right? No, yeah, you're right. Like me, on the other hand, I am very no. I sit back and listen,
Watch.
Yeah, Shay.
and I need to hear what you guys are talking about before I can feel safe enough to tell you my business.
Right.
And if I feel, and I'm really good at listening, and if I feel that you are talking, right, but you're not saying anything with substance, and I know you're hiding something, that does not allow for a safe place.
Right.
That's
True.
good. That's good.
That is good, Shay.
Because that tells me you're hiding your stuff.
But you want me to share my stuff.
Right. That's good, Shay.
And then I also listen, and then in this group, which I'm not really a woman type of person. Meaning I don't really socialize with women that much because, and in my years, I've learned that women can be very catty
Yes.
and talkative.
Yep.
And so, and even in, you know, this group, this one was this her friend first, right? And so I would just watch first. And in my years of just watching them and listening to them, then I said, oh, okay, this is a group that I can love, that I can call my sisters, because I don't call everybody sisters, aunties, uncles. Yeah, we don't do that. So, but yeah, right. So that's what transparency means to me. I can take my mask off and be safe.
Yeah, that's good.
And I don't hear, aren't you an elder?
Come on, Shay, talk about it.
That's not safe for me. Once you brought my title, yes, I am. I'm also a woman, so teach me now how to do this properly.
Right. That's good, Shay.
So safe, that's the big word for me. I need to feel safe.
We all fall short. Right.
Come on.
The property.
Come on. We really do. We really do. And understanding that, I always say this in all my podcasts, right? Like unmasking yourself, right? Unveiling, right? And then really like being able to speak up about certain things that has happened is not always easy. I don't care if it's on the camera or off the camera.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't feel safe enough to feel like, you know what, if I say this, I'm not gonna be judged. I don't care what it is. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, I love also the accountability within the transparency. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm gonna hear you out because I want you to know that I'm listening, right? And I want you to feel safe, and I don't want you to carry that around, right? Because we're not supposed to carry stuff that you know what I'm saying that doesn't belong to us, right? We're supposed to be able to release that, because it builds up all things that should not. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, okay, so it just depends on what it is. Okay, so now that you done told me this, right? Here is, you know what I'm saying, my thoughts, right? And at the end of the day, if it's something that, you was wrong.
Thank you.
Let me attest to that.
Thank you.
See, I didn't even have to call on you. Go ahead, girl.
Because we was talking about healing. That goes with women too.
Definitely.
That goes with friendships. I think people, when they think about healing, they think about healing from past relationships. You know what I'm saying, and abuse and all that stuff. But you need to heal from your old friends too, people you thought you were friends with that you're no longer friends with. So when you go through something and you tell somebody something in confidence, and then 2 days later hear from somebody else what you don't even know. To not say anything to anybody. So when y'all was saying how this one is best, I was saying that you can't feel a kind of way if you're not involved because you don't need to know that. Right? But it's not up to you to feel some kind of way about their relationship. I went through that too. I had a friend, met her cousin. We became friends. She got upset. Like, you met her through me. What does that matter?
Right.
Does that mean we're not friends anymore because we bonded over something else?
Right.
There's a lot of catty stuff that doesn't happen. So in regards to healing, once you go through that, I don't trust them. I ain't telling nobody my business.
Right, yeah.
No, that's real. Other stuff is I ain't telling nobody just so they could go and tell X, Y, Z, everything else.
Right.
I have family members. Soon as we fall out, you go run tell that to everybody.
Right. But that goes back to the book that Shavonda gonna write, right, about suffering in silence.
My God.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many of us, not even just women, there's men, right? Because they just don't even feel safe enough to be able to have that conversation, right? Because automatically, as soon as you say something, you good, you're not. Like, no, I'm not. If you don't tell me I'm good, I'm not good. I'm telling you I'm not good.
Right.
So don't tell me I'm good.
I'm just not
It's
talking about if like the friendship here, if them two get into it and one decides to confide in Sheena, I think that is wrong when you take that confined information of her venting. Oh well, this is what Isha said. Instead of it just being allowing someone to vent. If I want to say that's why her edges fell out 3 years ago, that's what I want to say. If I want to say that, I may not really mean that.
My edges thin.
Wait, that's an unmasking moment. Why my edges is thin?
Y'all need to stop it. No, but I definitely understand where you're coming from. I think that.
But it's a point of bringing it back to like instead of allowing I don't need anyone to carry a message. Well, this is how this person feels, because it's probably not going to be
The same.
explain how I was saying it or where I was coming from with it, and that in friendship ruins friendships.
But I also feel like too, right, to kind of like just piggyback off of what you saying, Kay. Like I feel like, so if I had an issue, right, with Shavonda, right, and I came to Sheena or whoever, right, I came like, like I really didn't like what Shavonda said, it really hurt me, and instead of, my sister, supposed to be my sister, I'm my sister's keeper, girl, yeah, you know what, she shouldn't have, she shouldn't have did that.
What it should be,
But
redirected the opposite way. I don't know what's going on with y'all two,
But
you
you
gotta
gotta
fix it.
You gotta fix it.
You gotta fix it, like, listen,
That part.
listen,
That
the
part.
next time when we get together,
Yup.
or before we get together, y'all better not have this stuff hashed out, because we're not doing that. We're not breaking up a sister love group for some he said, she said, for something that wasn't even that serious.
Right. Because I know she's Jamaican, she just say what she want to say.
We always picking what she wanted to know.
Yeah, Bessie, you can't like, listen, you can't do that.
You know what? I really do kind of like redirect. I'm like the lover and everything. That's a lie.
I say, don't let her fool. Do not.
Like, I just,
fool
you
you.
know what? I just feel like when people, sometimes you have to take into consideration what other people are going through. So maybe, at the time that I may have or may have not said something. Right.
Like, can't say that off the edge.
Right. That hurt feeling. Maybe I was in a wrong headspace.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And maybe Sheena, because Sheena knows me so well, she might say like, well, Bessie, you know what? Just
That's
talk
out
to
of
her because
character.
that's right.
That's
I don't
out
think
of
she would have meant it like that or whatever the case may be. So to kind of, but when you do have women that feed off of negative energy, kind of like soak it in, and they love the drama. So it's all about if you come to that. If she came to Sheena and Sheena was the type that loved the drama, she may get different feedback. Like, girl, well, I could say what they call Bessie. She's dancing. She this and that. Instead of redirecting her, saying like, listen, y'all need to talk. If that sounds like out of character.
Right.
And I think that's
knowing your character.
right. And that's a part of being safe as well.
But even if you hear something though, she'd be like, wait, that's not her. It's something else.
Yeah, my son wants them.
Yeah. Even if by chance we talking about something that I go off on you. You can
And
like
that's
something
something is
wrong.
off.
Because
Not
she usually,
Exactly. But not only that, right? There goes into know who you label amongst. Right? Because it should be no way I shouldn't detect when you're off.
that
Or when
part.
there's something wrong with each and every one
Just
of
by
you.
the tone of your voice.
Our connection is so strong that I should be able to be like, something ain't right. What's going on with you?
Right.
We need to talk about it.
She's
What's
done
going
it.
on? You know what I mean?
We've all done that. I think we've all done that to each other. At that point in time.
time when we was in church and
What happened?
she wanted to give Riley some candy. And back in the day, I used to be selfish with Riley. I'm not gonna lie, that's my girl.
Right.
And I was trying to, keep her calm, and she was trying to give her candy. No. I thought I was the mom. And I was like, no, she can't have no candy. And she was like, because that's how she bonds with kids. She wanted to give them sweets.
Right.
But I said no, right? And then like later on that day, this one was living down in the complex. He was like neighbors basically. I went to the house and I could feel that something was wrong. And I was like, "What's wrong?" She's like, "Nothing." Girl, now she get it's in her body movement.
Yeah.
And I could tell that something was off. And then I went home. I gave her a minute, and I went home and I called her and I was like, we just want to talk about whatever it is. Like, just tell me now. So maybe I did something I didn't realize.
Right.
And then we were able to kind of like sit down and talk about it. And I didn't realize that, she wanted to be able to bond with Riley, but I was being selfish for her at the time. Right.
I like that.
No, I'm saying it was kind of right. So it was kind of let's sit down and talk, like really, really talk about. That was like the only disagreement we ever had. it's so good when you can feel comfortable enough to just, you know what I'm saying, like come to your sister, even if you know too as well. And I also feel like it goes back to maturity too as well. Like, nah, something is wrong. Like, no, because she told me no, and some people are like, all right, well she said no, like so I don't keep asking her what's wrong.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying. So I wanted to give you some time, but I'm gonna come back to it. You know, like something just doesn't seem right. Something.
I had to talk about it because she was gonna keep nagging me, y'all.
Right. And you like,
She was gonna keep. She is the type of person that's like, nah, I don't know, I don't care what's going on, and she would keep asking and asking till you're like.
But I've matured because I'm learning that the same way how I might need to kind of process things, I have to give the other person time to process it.
That grace.
I didn't
My
want
God.
that. I didn't want to, you know, me. I'm like, I don't want to go to bed angry. I don't want it to harbor. I don't want to harbor on it. I don't want it to fester. Like I want to confront it right now. Say what you gotta say, hug it out, and keep it moving. But I had to learn that people need time to process things.
Absolutely.
You know,
And
and
process
that's safe and unsafe.
Right.
Meaning because you know her so well, right? And this is the way I operate with my twin because of our legacy and how we grew up. There's so much separation within it, right? So I had to sit my twin down and say to her, our relationship is not going to be like past relationships in our family. We're going to be different.
Right.
So when we're upset with each other, I'm not giving you your space. Because if I give you a space, you're going to start putting things in your head. And because I know her so well, like, no, we're talking, and she's vice versa with me. Because you know she's a cusser. So if I ignore her because I'm upset, and she knows I'm upset, and I ignore her, she'll tell me, okay, so when are you going to get the F over it? 'Cause you're upset.
Right.
Oh, you got a problem with me?
Right.
That's what she'll say. She'll say that. And so,
I think that stems from, I think that when you feel victimized, when you feel like you're the victim, it's easier to be reserved and say, I don't want to talk about it or nothing.
Yeah.
Versus when you know that you didn't do anything, maybe the other person is the victim, and then you could kind of push and say, well, what's wrong? No, we're going to get over it. Like, in this instance, maybe your feelings was hurt and hers wasn't, and she felt like you should get over it. But that goes back to that healing, too, right? Because also I feel like that comes from, you know, it goes back to, and I'm not no therapist, we do got a therapist in the house, but I'm not, and correct me if I'm wrong, right? Like, but I feel like sometimes when we do go through things, right, and people may do something to us, even if it's a sister, it can take us back. You know what I'm saying? So what, like, so it's right, it's a trigger, right? So then now, like Shay said, like, no, I gotta be in Sheena's face because if I give her space, she's going back to 8. Nah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And not saying that, you know what I'm saying, it was that bad of what happened, but it's the tape that's being played.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
That
In your
feeling.
head. Yes.
That feeling.
Yes, so then now you go again, going back to Shavonda's book. I'm
Sign the
man.
date.
No,
Right.
man.
That part.
Give me a pen.
Hey, look.
Yeah, so Shavonda's book, right? No more suffering in silence. So my thing is, you know, like, so that's what we're trying to break. You know what I'm saying? So I like what Shay says, that no, like, I'm not giving you your space. And I feel like Shay is like that too, because I be like trying to ignore her phone call, and I'm like, why does she keep calling? Don't you see that I'm not answering it? She's texting and calling and texting, and I'm like, yo, bitch, she's not gonna give up. And I'm like, yeah, Shay.
That remind you of somebody?
You with her.
My God. Thank you, Shay.
Thank you, Shay.
And then the crazy thing is, Shay be like, "What's good, shorty?" Yo, and it just throw me completely off. It's not like she don't call like, you know, how are you doing? Like, there's no therapist voice in her or nothing. She like, "What's good, shorty?" And then you know, you just put a big smile on your face or whatever the case may be. But I like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm not letting you. Like, nah, we gonna talk this thing out here and right now. Right now. So I do want to go back though to something, because we talked about, I think Shavonda said something about you didn't use the word toxic, but that was one of my questions, right? So, and this actually is Kay. So I want Kay to speak about this. So how do you feel, or how do you know when the friendship
is toxic.
Ooh,
Right.
come on.
Like, like, I'm gonna reverse it. What she was talking about with the like, I just feel like sometimes when you already establish who you are, people, your friends should know who you are. If they think that you're malicious by what you're doing all the time, then they don't know you. And I think after a while, you gotta choose to end it. Like, so there's some relationships that I just chose to say, believe whatever you want to believe, and I love you, but
I'm listening.
I am.
Yes, I would be. But I
No, you was talking. Go ahead, finish. I'm sorry.
no, but like, I think toxic friendship is when you constantly have to try to explain who you are and get them to see you in a positive light. When you're that's all you could do is be who you are, and at that point, if they're still thinking that you're toxic, why are we friends again?
Right.
So go find your friends.
Really?
But no, I think that that's it.
Talk about
When
that
you're
shit.
draining,
Yeah.
Yeah.
when you always feel drained around that person.
Oh
like,
my
they're
God.
taking from you.
Like when your phone ready, you be like,
Yes,
what?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
That's a
That's a
toxic. They
telltale
always tell
sign.
you what you're not instead of telling you who you are,
Right.
or who you're
Or
going to be.
labeling you with certain, you're this way, you're
And if you are like that way, like if I say to my shorty right here, if I say like, you know what, you're a bully, and I'm always talking about you, and I always talk about you a bully, right? No, but it's not to always hear that, right? Instead of knowing that, no, she's not just that. She's actually a sweetheart, guys.
She really
She
is.
tried to mask you with wanting to fight, but she is a sweetheart.
But she will put her hands on
She
you.
definitely will.
She'll feed you though.
Girl, some good that good curry chicken. Let's see when you gonna make that again. I hope
Yes.
it's hot.
so good.
I'm making chicken very much.
My birthday
I know, I started actually making today.
Look, my birthday next week.
I can't. But that's a toxic relationship when they're always trying to make you comfortable. Be their friend.
That's good,
That's
sissy.
good,
And they don't want you to grow. The friendship-
They want you to stay right where they are.
Elevate.
right.
Elevate each other.
Should not be
Elevate
going to the same
past that
thing was
circle.
20 years ago.
Yes.
Right.
To elevate past that circle, sometimes people they
They don't like it.
oh, that too.
But
You got
sometimes
that
people will
too?
stay though. Unfortunately, some people will stay and because they're so afraid, you know what I'm saying, to be alone, to step away into a new, you know what I'm saying, whatever that new may look like. It may look like you being, you know what I'm saying, set apart for a little while and not having no friends. But
Right.
some people don't, you know what I'm saying, they don't want to do that.
Complacency.
Yeah.
Is the top.
It's a thing
Yes.
now online. Everybody, my circle, my unit, my this. But do your circle pray for you? Do
No.
your circle, if something happened in a crisis, could you count on your circle to be able to pray you about something? That part
Even
alone
if it's
for
not
me.
monetary.
Yes, that part
Just
for
that
me
support. You
is
can't buy.
important. I don't want a circle to just take pictures with online, we looking cute, and then we walk away, you sleeping with my man, this one talking about me, and then, I don't want that kind of circle.
Right.
So for me, like, it's
That's a whole another level of toxicity that is actually very normal. That's scary. That friendship's like, oh, she don't even know I'm sleeping with her.
right.
Girl, what?
Yeah.
And you
Yeah, go.
It's real.
I don't need no secret friends.
No.
That's a real thing though. It definitely is a real thing. I never experienced it, but I've, you know, heard stories.
For real,
You
wait,
heard
wait,
that
wait.
one, right? You heard that.
I got somebody. They follow me on
Instagram.
Instagram.
Damn.
It's the calmness that makes me believe her.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was just thinking like I never really experienced
See, I was just
that.
thinking.
Right.
I experienced
Never
that.
experienced that. I've never I've experienced friends that we just kind of like aged out. We grew apart. But I feel like true friendship is not necessarily you have to speak to them every day.
Right.
Don't.
I want you to talk about that.
That is
though.
true.
Because that was I said said that was one of the questions, like growing apart, right? Like, what did that look like for you with a friend? It just looked like life. I got kids, I had a husband, and I had to go to work. And when I came home, I had to prioritize me and my family first. Right. And sometimes, distance may play a part of that, a factor in that, or just life itself. Yeah. I feel like so it may be harder with a friend that may be single, right? Because they may not understand all that comes with being married, having kids, if they don't have kids. So it may be like a level of misunderstanding, like, oh, you don't have time for me. I don't even have time for myself, right? Because I'm so focused on doing everything else, right? And then after a while, it's just kind of like, I think that, people tend to kind of like just grow apart with time, right? But if it's true friendship, like I could pick up the phone with my girlfriend Monda. I don't talk to her every day. She lives in Georgia, but I could pick up the phone right now and talk to her, and it's like,
right back up where you started. Yes.
And I had that with I had that with like my girlfriend Rashida. She lives in like a lot of my close friends, they live far. They move to Atlanta, right? And it's kind of like if it's genuine friendship, it'll always come back. It'll always come back to
Right. That's what happened with me and her though.
Mm-hmm.
I was single. She was in a relationship. She had the kids. So we naturally separated.
Mm-hmm.
But the difference was I didn't take that personal.
Right.
Right? Like I never said like, oh, I ain't talking to Aisha. Wow, who she thinks she is. It was never that. It was just like, all right, when I do talk to her, it's like, hey sis, how you been? And we just
pick right back up.
she catch me up on what I missed since we last spoke.
Right.
That's just how it is. Like I understand, but I never took it personal.
Right.
And some people don't
I
get
did.
it.
I said it so early. I tell all my friends that.
What she said?
I tell my friends.
Oh, you took the person?
I tell my friends.
Shay is a troublemaker. I told y'all what really why you say that.
How is that my trouble? I said I took it personal.
No, Shay, you said it like real, like calm too. I took it personal.
I think that I set the tone early. Like all my friendships, and I tell my girlfriends, like, my sister's the only person that I speak to every day. Yeah. That's it. My sister, I'm talking outside of my household.
Yeah.
My sister's the only person that I speak to every day. My older sister.
Hey, what?
Now it's more like, my sister.
I'm like,
older
wait,
sister.
what?
My older sister and my younger sister, I try. My younger sister, she busy.
Hey,
I try to, reach out and speak to her every day. But it was kind of like, my mom kind of like, oh, would be your mother. Yo, she probably is. But on a friendship level, I would say, that's something that I kind of put out there, like, like my sister, like, if sometimes you could feel it, like a person like, what you doing? Why you ain't calling me?
Right.
And I just have to put it out.
I don't like that.
My sister is the only person.
I don't like
I
that.
still love you if I don't talk to you today. If I don't talk to you tomorrow.
If I don't talk to you in 2 weeks,
I still
I
love
care.
you. And I'm thinking about
Excuse
how I feel about you.
Excuse me, can we
Yes.
Yeah, you opened up. Oh, she said up and turned around. I do not like when people say you're supposed to be friends. Say, I ask a question like, oh my goodness, how you been? I don't know, you ain't called me.
at that point you just hang up. Clearly got the wrong number.
I don't like that.
Talk about it.
I don't like that because did you pick up the phone and call me?
That part.
And the crazy thing about it, these women right here know that I am not a phone person at all.
My God. And that's the only
I
person
am-
I'm not like she is the only one. Everybody else, I'll cut you off. We talk about that shit. But no.
I'm not a phone person. I don't call all the time like I should. No, not even that I should, because I'm not gonna change who I am for no one.
Right.
But I'm just not a phone person. My girls could be in the house with me right now. I don't know where that phone
Wait,
is.
on it right now.
No, she have it right
It's
here.
right here. It's right now. And if you know me if you knew me like you thought you knew me, you would know that you could call either my husband or Davion if it's an emergency.
For everybody.
Because
Right.
I do not have my phone. It's times where they're like, Davion, where's your mother? I hear Davion, Mommy! Your bestie on the phone, sister on the phone, or even my dad. He always say, you know, do me in foster care, but these are people that know me.
Right.
So I don't like when you supposed to be my friend, but you ain't called me. No, you didn't call me either.
I mean, they were thinking about you and they didn't.
No, that's right. They don't call me. They don't call me, but I just want us to really, again,
Just understand, like,
know who you labor amongst.
I mean, that's what it goes back to. That's what it goes back to.
I don't like that.
Right.
Oh my goodness, I don't like that. It's even my husband, Davion, where your mother at? Call Davion phone, y'all. If it's an emergency, not even if it's an emergency. If you just want me to pick up my phone, call my husband or Davion.
I'm telling you.
Period. I will get the message. I promise. I will call you back. But if you don't,
She put out the disclaimer now,
right now, because if I don't listen, sometimes I'll get the text messages. I'm not ignoring anybody's text messages. I be having so many other things that I'm doing. I come home, it's like you immediately go into that wife mode, that mother mode. I gotta make sure everything. Yeah, I gotta make sure everything is good. Yeah, so it's just everything just tied into one. So when I actually can just sit down and relax, I'm probably asleep.
Right.
That part.
And they do.
Right,
You and your
Kay?
husband.
Listen, I need my rest. Oh, hello.
In the middle of the show.
So this is just her. We can't change her because she's on live.
The friends that don't pick up the text, like what you did outside of that.
No, say
Like
it
what you
again.
doing? Because I kid you not, you the only person in my life, but because I understand that, and I'm like, but any friend that I don't like, new people, nope.
We don't accept it.
Case done.
If cause I be doing my own thing anyway. So if you text somebody and they don't text back or respond back, certain things like just like if I'm calling for nothing, like most of the time it's just nothing or meant about something. But if it's a new person, you're trying to build a relationship, we didn't build a bond. So you can't do that. So if you don't return my call or text,
She cutting you off.
go
Period.
All right.
That's why I ain't saying no more.
Sir, go to hell.
I think that okay. I think you should cut them some slack.
A little
They-
grace.
A little
little
grace.
grace. You know why?
Just a trigger.
Because guess what? But then that's
But
what
I
I
was
was
gonna say that that's your trigger.
No,
That's
but
not there.
guess what I've learned? Just because that is something that they
maybe
gotta
you're
do,
associated.
I don't
with
have to
rejection.
accept that.
You don't have to accept it, but maybe you're associated with the
Not
type of
rejection, not rejection. I had a boyfriend that died, and I was calling his phone and texting, and I couldn't get through. So that's a trigger when I'm trying to call people. And also, I will pick up, but I pick up my phone. So the thing is this: I'm not expecting everybody to do that. But I know those people who can't do that. Like Sheena, I understand. It's not like but for people who I don't know you. So I don't know what your
that's one of the
intentions
reasons
are.
why you should give them grace,
No.
because you don't know what's going on.
Right.
Other
So
than
I don't
that.
have, but it's abundant in life. We meet so many amazing people. So because before I cut you off, especially with friends, I'm real iffy with friends right now. So that's kind of, if we ain't bothered, we ain't bothered.
That's also though.
Internal.
That's something that you have to heal.
I see the shit. Stay ready for the
She
listening, but
Right, because what I do, I want Shay to talk about this. Shalonda was getting ready to touch on it too as well. So both of them can talk about it because we got another future therapist too.
Absolutely.
Right. So, but I feel like, hey, that is also a point
that healing. You know what I'm saying? Like something is going on, right? In order for that to trigger you to be like, man, and I'm just gonna say what you say, go to hell, man.
No, because she said it. She said she had a boyfriend that passed, and she was calling the social media. Like, I know that feeling. I know that feeling. It takes your mind back to something happened.
I don't like
You
it. My
always
thing
think
is,
something bad happened to somebody
everybody
else's
handles things different. Like, I'm the type of person, if you call my phone at 3 a.m., I am going to pick up. If
Not
it's an
me.
unknown, and a lot of people don't do that. It's just a trigger. I'm always, like, that was how it was back in the day. Somebody called at 3 a.m., you pick up your phone, because you don't know what's going on.
Right.
So that's
an emergency.
right.
But that's what we had at our house phone, girl. Like, I ain't pick up my phone.
But I
at 3
do.
a.m.
That's just how I am.
But
But
first of all,
I'm
I
doing
hear
that.
it.
Everybody, that's why I said everybody in my life.
Because my nephrologist said I had to go to bed early. So now I have the app on my phone. And my phone automatically
No, you
goes
don't.
to do not disturb.
No, you don't.
Yes,
I
you do.
do.
I believe it.
But that's good though.
That's good. You can
I
keep it
really
attached
feel like
and keep
we
it fresh.
need to learn how to detach from these phones. We were just
Right.
talking about that, right, Shay?
Keep
Like,
it
and
fresh.
how, like,
See,
we're
I don't have
always.
that problem.
We know.
No, attach.
No, we need to attach our phone to like the
A
baby.
watch, an Apple Watch. So it
No,
brings
she
right
don't
back.
like
needs it connected
Yeah,
to
we need
something.
to detaching from, you know what I'm saying, because and disconnecting is definitely necessary because you know what I'm saying, when you going to sleep, you know, you looking at the text messages, you looking at social media and all that stuff.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like so detaching is. I feel like it's
My brain
definitely
relax.
necessary.
That's why you gotta put on either Amazon Prime or Netflix. You watch the Home Before on. You don't want to watch that. Tonight, always watching Sonic, so we watch Sonic every night. Like, let me tell you something. Then after that, you gotta read her book because if you don't, she start going crazy. Yeah, and her chocolate milk. So that's why that's my.
Yeah,
breakdown.
yeah. That's good. So we only had my backstage person, Zaire, my son. So we only have 5 minutes. So I want each and every one of my sisters to give like just final thoughts. Like if you could think of, let's say, one word to encourage another sister, right, that may be watching on the live, or even another brother, right? Like who whatever, human beings, right? Like if you could think of one word right now, what would that word be to encourage somebody that's watching?
Forgiveness.
Oh, happiness.
Wow, that's good.
Healing.
I'm gonna say love because
That's a good one too. That's
is
very
good.
underrated. That's very
That's
underrated.
good. That's good.
People don't know how to do that either. So.
Say abundance.
That's good.
In everything.
That's good. The word that comes to me is grace.
I was thinking. That was my first
Because I feel like everybody deserves it.
Everybody.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Your mercy.
for real.
Because once you go through something, you realize the mercy that was given
Right.
to you, you kind of owe it to people.
No, how about
to just a little bit.
how about the mercy and the grace that's given to you every day?
Every
Every day you wake up, God extends grace and mercy.
So who am I to pass
It's
judgment?
undeserved.
But granted, I think that
Try to
goes
look
back to maturity. Sometimes you gotta go through some stuff to get through some stuff in order to really process it the right way. Like, you know what, yeah, I'm not gonna do that anymore.
Right.
Because this is where it took me that time. So maybe not go down this highway.
Right.
treat people the way that I want to be treated.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Regardless
I set high
of
expectations.
what you get.
If I'm gonna hold myself accountable or expect certain things from myself, I'm gonna expect it from that person as well.
Yes.
If I'm willing to give it to that person, I'm gonna expect to receive it.
Absolutely.
I think that's important too.
It is. So we